do I unmute? Okay. I think, is it working? Are we live? Is this all good? All right, how's this? Is this better? Can you hear me now? Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, you can hear me now. Oh, God. Okay, let me explain. I got new headphones, and I guess the default was to the headphones, which does have a mic attachment, but I disconnected the mic attachment, so obviously that's not going to work. And I forgot to check that the microphone was not preset to the new headphones, so there we are then. It's fine. Polly will be on a little bit late. He had some prior commitment shenanigans to get to, but that means that we get about like half an hour with just your girl. Half an hour to 45 minutes with just your girl. What's up? Are we having a good day? Having a good time? Can't hear you. Stop asking. Shut up. Shut your face. How are we this fine evening, ladies and gentlemen? I am tired. It's a long weekend. I am. Well, you see, I took some sugar wax to my face, got rid of my mustache and my unibrow, and so it's a little bit red in every place. And what else? What else did I do this weekend? I am working on reupholstering a chair. Just some stuff. Posted a video on Friday. Took Valentine to the vet to get her spayed, so she is currently in recovery, but she's handling it nicely, I think. I hope she hasn't ripped out her stitches. I don't think she has, but the other one did rip out one of them, so. The vet told me that when I went to take her in to get them removed. I thought they had dissolvable stitches. Is that not the case? Anyway, so you know what's better than having crappy audio? Having no audio. I bet the audience prefers having no audio to having like crappy audio. Because I've gotten comments like that every once in a while where people are like, I couldn't watch. The audio was too shit. And I'm like, damn it. Like, would you rather just mute? Because you can do that. Anyway, I think that's what this little like nubbin right here is from me just ripping my face off of my face. Ugh. But hopefully it goes away. If not, I have this lovely little mark right here that gets picked up in 4K every single time I want to do a live stream. Yes, I do have a mustache. You can never see it because it's like barely there, but you know, I get the odd peach fuzz, and as a woman, I don't like having fuzz on my face, so wax it off. It's not that noticeable. So yeah, I did that. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit exhaustion sick, if that makes sense. Like, when you've had a really long go of it and you're just knackered. That was the most British sentence I've ever said in my life. But yeah, it's essentially, I have a cough from what I think is that, because that's what it feels like. And so that's why I'm speaking a little bit more soft. It's because I'm just on the inside. No, these are the same old glasses that I've always had. They could do with a little bit of a lens wiping, though. And though they don't have screws, it would be nice if the lens doctor person got me those replacement lenses that they promised me 2 months ago. But what am I gonna do? It's funny, actually. I went and I called them and I was like, these are kind of wiggly. I know I have a second pair, but this pair I just got less than 6 months ago. Can we do anything about the wiggliness of like this section right here? And she goes, yeah, sure. They're still under warranty. It's only been a couple of months since he got the glasses. We can like petition the lens frame person to like fix these. Sorry, the frames, not the lenses. The frames are the things that are a little bit loosey-goosey right over here. You can't notice it, but I notice it whenever I put them on and take them off. Anyway, so I was supposed to get a replacement pair. Shut your face. I was supposed to get a replacement pair. And I don't know what happened. I think they're on back order, so I'm not going to get them anytime soon. But they charged me $30 and then didn't send me the bill for the new frames. Like the ship. No, they charged me $15 for the new frames, which they never got and I never received as a result. They never sent me the bill, and then they sent me a late notice for like past due 30 days that was sent to my father's house for whatever reason. So I didn't even get it until my dad and his girlfriend brought it to me. I'm just like, this is interesting. Why am I being charged for the delivery of lenses that I never received, or frames that I never received? So I called them up and I go, so first off, why are you sending things to my father? You should have my new address. You have my new insurance, right? Right. Second off, why is it not only addressed to my father? Like, it's in his name that the bill is in, not my name. Again, you have my new insurance, right? And my new payment method, right? Because I paid for the new sets of glasses over the phone with my card. So they should have my new payment processing information. But no, they have my dad's name on them, my dad's address. And then my name, of course, is the patient. But because I was under his insurance when I initiated service with this doctor, as a whole thing. Second off, when I was on the phone with them, I was like, I never actually got these frames. And I never received the initial bill. So what's up? So anyway, long story short, she told me to disregard the bill. And they would call me when they got the frames in, which is, again, later on down the road. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's whenever they get them in. Because like I said, they're on back order. I do have a replacement frame in case these break. But I'm thinking, because I'm still within... I got new insurance. And so I was initially when I started on my dad's insurance. And then I got a second pair of glasses on old work insurance when I was at tech support. New Year's happened. And so now I'm on the new insurance for my current company. And so that means that I can get either contacts or another pair of glasses or prescription sunglasses. And I think I'm going to go with the contacts because it would be very nice to be able to see without these, to film without having the glare of the lens, to read side quest chats without squinting or having to blow it up real big on the screen. That'd be super nice. Brad Young, sounds like someone just didn't do their paperwork. Honestly, truly, if you ask me, that's 90% of clerical issues is someone didn't do the fucking paperwork or didn't go and do the due diligence to actually figure out if this is supposed to be a person that's charged. And now it's probably also the fact that automated systems are not super good at being flexible with new information unless specifically geared to be able to handle that new information. What I mean is, so I made the order to get replacement lenses because I was still within warranty. Then they get the new information. So that goes into their system, whatever system they use. Their invoice system, I guess, maybe is their invoice tracking system. I don't know what they would use. I'm just spitballing here. So that goes into their initial system. And then they get a call that, hey, these lenses are on back order. So in the notes section of that order, it gets updated, hey, these lenses are on back order. The system doesn't pick that up, though, because it's not trained to notice the notes section of, like, hey, specifically, let's like put this order on hold or something. I don't know. But that's probably what happens, is it was updated. That's how they knew that they were on back order, but it didn't alert their automated mailing system that that was the case and that they shouldn't charge me and that I shouldn't get a 30-day late fee. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Polly will be on later tonight. Give it another 20 or so minutes. Hopefully he's not dead in a ditch somewhere. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Knock on wood. We wouldn't want that now, would we? Alpha Omega. I don't think I could ever do contacts, putting those on my eyes. I don't know. I don't have a qualm with putting things in my eyes. I'm a woman, so it's kind of something that I have done before when applying certain types of mascara or other makeups that go in the eyeballs. Not in the eyeballs, but around the eyeballs. But you'll learn very quickly that you can't apply liquid liner, or you can't learn to apply liquid liner without first getting it all up in your, like, in your whites and your everywhere. So I have a little bit of experience with poking myself in the eyeball. Not that I enjoy it, but I don't think it would be that much of an adjustment. I hope. We'll see. Brad Young, no, the charging always gets done, just everything else falls behind. Yes. Because of course. Because naturally. Because that makes so much sense. Yeah. Because it's very important that they get their money, but, you know, of course, it's at the either convenience or inconvenience of the customer. There is no Polly as of right now. We are waiting on the Otter. He will be here at some point soon in the next 20 minutes is my hope. And then we can get this snowball rolling. Brad Young, I've had my eyes drilled on twice while awake and stone sober. Nothing else is coming near my eyes unless it's beyond my control. Ooh. Okay, then yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to deal with that on a daily basis. I don't know if I would do it like daily. I do like wearing my glasses, but there are occasions when I would prefer not to have to wear them, but I would still like to see, you know? It'd just be super useful. Like side quests, for instance. I'd like to be able to see without having to put my glasses on over my mask. Because one, that's not on brand, but two, it looks really ridiculous. You know what I should probably do? Open the Streamlabs. That's super important. Gotta do that. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah, so that's open now. No need to worry. You know what I don't like about this camera? It like defocuses entirely too often. And so sometimes I'll be on side quest and I'll like get all up in the grill of the camera or something will happen and it'll defocus on me. And it's just so embarrassing because the rest of the cast can see it and it sometimes becomes a live aspect and it's awkward. My viewing crystal is out of sync with the other world. Ah! Polly is like Gandalf. He is neither late or early. He arrives when he arrives. Exactly. or he's a queen. He merely arrives when he means to. KJ Zana Channel donated to say Game of Thrones turned 10 years old yesterday. Actually, I did read something about that in the middle of being banned from Twitter. Not banned from Twitter, but Twitter didn't work yesterday for me. And so I was off Twitter all day long. But I did see that. And, well, you'll be pleased to know that your girl just finished. I believe it was A Feast for Crows on Audible. So I am done with 3 books. I think I have like 4 more left, if I'm not mistaken. Finished. Yes, I just finished A Feast for Crows. I have finished... Do I not have it here? Okay, I finished the other ones previously. So now I don't know which one is next. It's whatever is in my library that I haven't started yet. Not started. I have so many books in here. Okay, I don't know what it is. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, I finished that. I have, I think, 2 more books left in the series before I'm, like, current. Not that I think that the series is ever going to get finished, honestly. George R. R. Martin will probably die before he publishes the next book. I think it's Winds of Winter, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's fine. I have plenty of other reading materials to get done. The Sword of Truth book series by Terry Goodkind is actually on my list to read. I think that'll come later, but it'll be the next fantasy book series that I start. I am in the middle of the Witcher series, which I'm kind of all over the place about, because it is an all over the place type of book series. Right now, I am working on the Rules of Attraction, which was a recommendation by Polydub, and I gotta say, he's really weird about his recommendations. Not weird about them, but the recommendation itself was kind of jarring, because I have started it. I am about... Where am I? I have 6 hours and 0 minutes left to read, and this whole thing is... I have no idea. I have 0 idea. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have no idea. I have 6 hours left in it, though. But it starts off with the very first thing that you read, the very first perspective that you are brought into is of a girl, and she is not having a good night. She's at a college party, and she winds up in a situation where she's drunk and having sex with a guy who's also super drunk, or losing her virginity with a guy who's also super drunk. She passes out, and then she's having sex with 2 guys at the same time while super drunk. And they're super drunk. Everyone's super drunk. It's a whole fuck of a situation. Quite literally. But that's how the book started. And this is a recommendation that Polly has been harping about for the last several months. So I finally just sat down and did it, and I'm like, wow, this is what you wanted me to read? Very interesting. We're gonna have to have a conversation about that, because very odd, very strange. I am of a mind. But that's what I'm reading right now. Hopefully that'll get done by like Tuesday, so that I can start on another book. Any other book, please. Thank you. I don't think I'm gonna like the characters or the story at all. The first like half an hour that I read, not my cup of tea, but I am willing to try new things. So we shall see. Stephen King's 11/22/63 is a long but good read too. Yeah, I'm behind on so many things recommendation wise. I need to get it going, get it on, because, you know, I have this bookshelf. I do like to read, but I'm finding it very difficult to find time to do it, and that's my own fault. I could absolutely make time, especially since I have Audible. You know, I could just be reading in the car, or I could be reading. I could be reading at work. I could be listening to books while it is that I'm coding, because it doesn't take my entire brain to create a front end and then tie it to the back end. Now it really doesn't. It's not as difficult as it used to be. Now that I've had not just practice world application, but like real world application of the materials, and I am much more experienced now that I'm at a point where I am actually making things all by myself. And actually, you know what I find is the most difficult? Not the designing and the engineering of software, but it's the repurposing, the retooling, the fixing of other people's software. Is really difficult to do, chiefly because sometimes they create things in libraries that I've never worked with. So I have to actually go and I have to look at things and figure out how they work completely anew, even if I know the language. Like, we were working with Tkinter, which is a GUI framework, and then we were working with Robot Runner, which is a framework that allows you, or not framework, a library that allows you to interact with hardware on a level. And I was tasked with like improving the software, making adjustments and stuff. And most of the time that I spent making these adjustments, I spent just trying to understand all of the code that went into it, because it's dense. This program, it was developed in like 6 months, but it is dense. Despite the notes that it has, it is dense and thorough, foreign, and it's all in Python. There's a lot to it. And so in order to figure out what one thing does or where one thing happens, I have to like backtrack 6 or 7 different methods, because they're all building on each other, and it's just And so when I say improve, I mean I have to go and find that one line of code where it has the tolerance measurement for a tool, and I have to tweak it so that it accepts 10% instead of 20%, which is like a single number, right? Because you're going from 20 to 10. But you have to find that first. You have to find where in the code, in the like 20,000 lines of code, that very specific thing is addressed. And, you know, if it's for the first time ever, it's a journey. It's a journey and a half. It's a quest. The quest to find the 20% in all of these lines. And then sometimes you get code that just doesn't have any notes attached to it, any comments. And the names for variables or methods themselves are not super intuitive. So what I mean by that is, so say you have a label on a GUI, like you know how Twitter has home Explorer notifications. Here, I'll share it with you. So over here off to the side, we see Twitter has home Explorer notifications, messages, bookmarks, lists, profiles, and more. And all of those are hyperlinked to a specific other page that it'll take you to, a specific other web page. Now, pretend like all of those things that are hyperlinked were hyperlinked as, so the home is label 1, Explorer is label 2, notifications labels 3, messages label 4, etc., etc., etc. And they weren't descriptive of the thing that they were. That is a nightmare when you're going through an obnoxious amount of code and you are retooling it or repurposing it, and you've not touched it ever because you are not the originator of the code. That's super irritating. Super irritating. So all of those hyperlinked labels take you somewhere, but you don't know where unless you look at the actual text behind the label, like what text is assigned to the label. Which, yes, okay, it's probably within the declaration of the actual label itself. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be changed depending on certain circumstances. But at the same time, you're not looking at the text for the label, you're looking at the label name. And then that's what you're referencing when it is you're assigning a behavior to it. Come on, focus. The labels were numeric or just cryptic tag strings? They were numeric. Specifically, they were numeric. But the labels were the things that were, so the labels, the text labels, were assigned to, not assigned to, but they specified what the purpose of text boxes were, which were super specific, but they didn't match up. Yeah. Super irritating. Brad Young, I would rather make the machines than learn to write code. Analog manual adjustments could do away with a lot of problems that Weebo is dealing with. Probably. I'd like to learn a little bit more of the hardware side of things myself, to be frank, That would make it super easy for me to be super flexible in the things that it is that I could do. But at this juncture, I'm perfectly happy with just writing front end and back end stuff and not really dealing with a whole bunch of hardware because I'm still a baby. I'm still a baby when it comes to all of the shenanigans. I'm only just now dealing with actual databases and figuring all that jazz out because I never took a database class in college. Weebo was not privy to that, although I probably should have. It's super useful. Super useful. Would have been really helpful in my current line of work because we do interact with a lot of databases. We do use them in our tools, our software tools that we're producing or that we are fixing. Hello, Snow Pilot. Greetings from my leather table. Greetings. Greetings. Ugh. As you can probably tell, I'm not feeling 100%, so I think we're going to keep this show a little bit short. Polly doesn't show up the next 15 minutes. I'm going to call it at the hour mark. And that's going to be the cocktail hour because I am beat. Dead. Blech. I'm not feeling 100%, so yeah. But I wanted to come on here because I've made a commitment to being here on Sunday evenings, and I don't like to break commitments that I make. It does something to me inside. I have an overdeveloped sense of guilt, which comes in handy at times, But at the same time, it's also super inconvenient for me specifically. Weebo, are you even drinking? No, I'm not. I don't feel like drinking tonight. Like I said, I'm not feeling 100%, and I don't think that alcohol would help with that. Sorry. But I will make up for it, I promise. I am looking at doing a debate live stream later this week on Tuesday with One Crater Bob. I don't know if, right now we're set for Tuesday. But I'm thinking that there might be cause to reschedule that for a little bit later in the week. But it would be essentially along the lines of debating about some of the information that I put forth in my most recent video, which let's give Weebo a hand. Pat on the back. Oh, fuck. I'm dying. This is the end. I have the Rona. Yeah, I posted a video. I feel real good about it. And Lanny Stanfield, how was the trek toward 9.5 thousand subscribers? Well, you see, about that, it's kind of in the opposite direction because I've already hit 9.5K. I guess it'll be exciting to hit it again, but not nearly as exciting to hit it the second time as I did the first time. Because, believe it or not, your girl was slackadaisical for the last 6 months, 7 months, 8 year. Let's go with a year. It's been a year basically since I was seriously posting every single week and committing to that schedule. As a result, I have lost subscribers. In addition to the fact that I kind of pissed people off with my Kyle Rittenhouse video, that definitely tanked the user base, which is fine. I prefer not to speak to, or I prefer it if my subscriber base wasn't a gaggle of people that just wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. I like a good diversity of thought in the people that I'm interacting with. I feel like I can learn more new things from that kind of a subscriber base. I would rather have a discussion than be right all the time. And just because I post a video doesn't mean that individuals have to hate me enough to desubscribe from me. They can absolutely take it up with me in the comment section, or we can have that debate, which is what me and Creator Bob are doing. I know he doesn't hate me. He's a fan of SideQuest, but he does not take umbrage, but he has a disagreement with one of my claims from the video, which was that traffic stops are the most dangerous calls to go on, in my personal experience. At least that was what we were trained as. Now, whether or not that's true, we can discuss it in the stream, because he is of the opinion that domestics are. We're going to have that discussion. We're going to talk it out. We're going to maybe change our minds. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm excited for it. It'll be a lovely, lovely discussion, because I feel like it's going to be more of a discussion than a debate. Daniel Fullman asks, have the family prepared the compound for summer use? That's next weekend, actually. That's put in weekend. Come on, focus. So the compound. Love that that's what it is now. The compound, so 2 weekends every year, we spend one entire weekend just either preparing it for winterizing the whole compound, or preparing it for summer, which means putting the piers in, putting the boats in, getting everything ready for summer usage. And that will be next weekend. And the reason why it's next weekend is because that's when everyone is available, and it's easier to do that, to get shit done, when you have like 20 hands on deck as opposed to 3, which you can do it with 3, but it's so much easier to do it with more than 3. Because I don't know if you guys have ever lifted a shore station over rocks and out of water, or down rocks and into water, and then pushed it across sand to where it's supposed to go, especially in the middle of super cold transition-y seasons. It's not the most fun thing in the world, but it is all hands on deck, so to speak. So if you're not lifting pier parts into the water or putting the shore stations in, you are making food, or you're watching some of the little kids, because of course, there are younger generations there, the next generation of Joneses, basically. They're just kind of running around, and they need to be monitored just as much as the piers need to be monitored, or the boats need to be washed, or take your pick. Actually, the boats don't need to be washed when you put them in, just when you take them out. But yeah, so that happens next weekend. A lot of work that goes into that, but it's very rewarding because it preps you for a summer of fun. I Always lost on nothing else. I don't subscribe to anyone. I'm not falling for that. The YouTube jinx. 17024, and then I number my comments on YouTube 17025. I started in March 12th. Is that okay with you? Yeah, sure. Always lost on nothing else. You do you, boo. Actually, that's interesting that you say that, because I know another guy who's super quirky about the way that he comments and messages people, where he uppercases every other letter in a sentence that he sends anyone. And this is in comments, this is in messages, this is in posts. Oh, hey, look at that. Polydub is here. Can I hear you with these?
Hello.
I can hear you with this.
Yay.
Hear me. We had a little bit of an incident this morning with not this morning, at the beginning of the show with the microphone. Because I got these new headphones, and it was defaulting to the headphone mic, which I detached, instead of the Yeti, which was a problem. Because they couldn't hear me for a solid, 10 minutes.
Huh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, that's what happens when you try and launch a show without me. It's just, everything's going to go to hell. That's all there is to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Polly, do you mind if we keep this at an hour and a half? Because I'm losing my voice.
We're going full 2 hours now that I'm here. As of now, full 2 hours.
But I'm losing my voice.
Why are you losing your voice?
It's been one of those days.
Yeah. Who were you yelling at?
I haven't yelled at anyone today. It's just I did a lot of talking, so a lot of talking, and so I'm starting to lose my voice.
Yeah, you sounded like you got with that.
Are you mocking me?
No.
I feel like I'm being mocked.
No. Hold on. Let me find a avatar here.
Jack Dutefield said, "Damn, Weebo looks so much older than I remember her 4 years ago." Well, I am 4 years older. And I did get a haircut. And I do have a zit right here.
And glasses.
And I have glasses. So there's 3 things working against me in my age. Sorry.
Hold on here. Everything's in a different location. I'm on Tron Vodka right now, so it's yeah.
Well, that's right. Polly, did you want to announce to the people?
I'm on my new computer.
Yeah. Aren't we super excited, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, people said it would never happen. Oh, ye of little faith.
The people, how sad.
Seriously, where is my otters folder?
I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Paul's having a struggle with his data. Alpha and Omega, which Yeti do you use? I use the blue Yeti. It's the one that literally everyone and their mother has.
It's what I have.
Yeah, the blue Yeti. Is there a model number that I could give them, you think?
Aren't they all the same?
Is
Yeti?
that too much?
I thought once it was the blue, the company's blue, it's the Yeti as opposed to the blue Snowball, or is it the other way around?
No,
the company's Yeti and it's the blue.
I think.
Hold on, let me look.
I don't know.
No, the company's blue. The company's blue.
The company is blue.
Yeah.
And the type is the Yeti.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it's this microphone. Have they not updated it? I know they came out with a different type of microphone on top of it, but the blue Yeti is just it still sells for about as much as I bought it for.
Yeah, man.
And It's been a few years.
Yeah, I've been there we go. Vacation otter. All right.
There we go.
Yeah. I've been looking at the new Shure mic. The they call it something. Hold on. Shure. You know the one that everybody's so happy about, the 7B, the one you see all over the place, the one that Sinatra's like, I've got it because I'm Sinatra. You know that one.
It's very important that Sinatra has all of the best things.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. let's see here. But they have a new one that is very tempting. I'm not going to lie. Microphones, you will never make. Oh, Jesus Christ, script block. Quit being so good at what you do. The MV7, Weebo. The MV7.
Ooh. You want to show us a picture?
Oh, do you want to see a picture? Yeah, I can do that.
A picture.
Okay,
Let's
hold on.
do that.
Share screen, share screen, share screen, and share.
Share again.
Yeah, so many buttons. There it is.
Ooh.
Let's click on it and look at it.
It comes from the ceiling?
Not necessarily.
Like it descends from the heavens.
It also like sits on a little mount, like on a desk, so it would sit the other way around.
Yeah.
So it's like inspired by the legendary 7B. It's a dynamic microphone with both, here's the key, USB and XLR outputs.
Ooh. I don't know what that means.
What? Oh, well, you know what? You've got a USB mic. We both do.
Yes.
In the Blue Yeti, which you plug and play, baby. This one is. See, look! It doesn't. See, it can sit on a little thing, or it can hang from this. So it's like the little compact version of the 7B, because it looks just like the 7B but shorter and more compact, and it's really marketed at Twitch streamers and gamers. You know. The old folks wouldn't get the microphone that we make for you because you're cool, you know.
Yeah, naturally.
So this one's tempting, but you know, at $249, it's because okay. So the problem with an XLR mic or the fancy, like the 7B is an XLR mic that has to plug into a mixer of some sort.
Yeah.
So you buy the 7B mic, which is a $400 mic to begin with, right? Industry standard, fucking fantastic. You see every streamer that's got too much money using one. So it's a $400 mic, but it's an XLR mic, which means you need XLR cables. And if you use shitty cables, you might as well not even be using a quality XLR mic, right? Right. And then you need what's called a cloud lifter to avoid interference and such, like signal degradation and so forth. And that is a $150 item, which is just an inline little box that plugs in. And then that goes into a mixer, which is around $150 to $200 for a reasonable quality one. So your $400 mic is really an $800 mic.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the Blue Yeti.
Yeah, well, see, I'm talking to, Sinatra's like, he's like, well, yo, man, if you want to go cheap, you can just go cheap. And that's why this guy's tempting. Because it has both USB and XLR outputs, is that you can go to USB and just plug and play as you slowly buy your fancy gold cables and your cloud lifter and your mixer, and you get them one at a time. Unless, of course, some superhero wants to come along and drop you like fucking $800 to $1,000 on a stream donation and just be like, your voice deserves nothing less, Mr. Dubbenstein.
Does it come with a pop filter included then?
No, but this little foam dealie over the front, like you can just pull that off. So that's their version of a pop filter. But motherfuckers put a pop filter in front of it anyway, like the ones that were. I'm assuming you're using a pop filter, the little circular deal.
I have this thing.
The
little sock.
Yeah, the mic condom.
Yeah, the mic condom. Because that seemed to work just fine. And if I hold it far enough away from me, it doesn't pop or all that badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not that expensive either. The little pop filter condom mic thing. It's not the end of the world, though. If I don't get double duty. I don't have a lot of desk space to kind of just... Well, I do. Now that I have the mounts. But I also have the camera, which is just absolutely super difficult to deal with. I need to get a better camera mount, I think.
Really?
Because this one's not super adaptable.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
You, how are your, you got the dual screens with their fancy armatures and all that shit?
Yes. Oh, God. Sorry.
What the hell was that?
That was the boogie monster coming up from beneath to say hi.
With the kitty clawing hand gestures?
Oh yeah, no, I was just mimicking the armatures.
Oh, is that what was going on?
That's what that is.
Oh, the what are you using? DisplayPort, HDMI.
DisplayPort to HDMI, I believe. Yes,
Really?
because the monitors are HDMI, and then the graphics card takes DisplayPort.
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. And you have to plug in directly to the graphics card, otherwise it's going to yell at you and tell you, fuck you.
Do you have two, count them two, DisplayPort sockets coming off the back of your computer?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Now I got to double check. Hang on.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Yes, I do.
Fancy.
Yep.
I've got one HDMI and one DisplayPort. Which makes things confusing.
I can't hear you.
No.
Why can't I hear you? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you now. These headphones,
My God.
I don't think they work. Or maybe I just forgot to connect something when I built the computer.
Very possible.
Mm-hmm. How many gigs of RAM do you have now, Polly?
40 motherfucking 8, yo.
Ah! So many.
That's right.
It's a great deal more than I have. Did you fix the boom arm that kept falling, Polly? Asked Daniel Fulton.
I did. Hilariously, by turning the little clippy screwy deal that attaches it to the table, the clamp.
What?
Yeah, I just flipped the thing upside down and it stopped falling off.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Instead of clamping it one way, I clamped it just literally the other way, just turned it upside down. And I was
Is that
like,
in the directions?
Wow. No, that's the opposite way you're supposed to do it, but it works better. So in your face, blue.
Oh, fuck. I have the heavy stand for the mics. So I don't have to worry about that. I did have one of those like arm boom mount things at one point, but I found that it was tedious to deal with.
Oh, the tedium.
Yeah. Especially when I kept having to shift my like my vantage. So it was really tedious when I was doing side quests. Because I'd have to move the mic arm in addition to my computer and everything attached to it. And I'd have to like set up this whole temporary rig so that I could have a decent set and then take it down afterwards. Because, well, that was how I was filming for side quests back in the day. And then, that stopped, so I didn't have to worry about it anymore. And I transferred back to the good old base.
Excuse me.
You're excused. It's okay. I've been coughing up a storm all show long. What's your excuse?
It's fine for people to tell you, because I think I've got a cold developing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine for people to, campus policy is like, do not come to campus if you have a sore throat or are feeling sick or have a runny nose or other symptoms or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I've got a sore throat right now and I've got like a headache, like a regular cold coming on. But like if I were to tell them like, yo, I've got these symptoms, they'd be like, yo, you're making that shit up.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's fine to come up with policies that sound like you're all in line with COVID response and all that fuckery. But, when it comes down to actually doing it, you think any of them fuckers really want to, No. No, the answer is no.
Probably not.
Doo-dee-doo-doo-doo from the professional.
It's supposed to be muted.
Did you know you say that every week? Did you know that?
You know what? You know what? How about this week I do something different? All right? How about this? How about this? How about this? I'm going to go to the Do Not Disturb menu. I'm going to click on details, and I'm going to add to the schedule every Sunday, not Saturday. It's going to enter into a Do Not Disturb state from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Oh, that's a.m.
Okay, there. I just brought up chat.
There, you see? It's
nice.
I did it.
Nice. Oh, Alpha Omega says I'm also thinking Blue Yeti. Oh, best bang for your buck mic out there. It is. Unless you're trying to do like super fancy shit where I am, where I'm trying to catch the lower end of the dulcet, resonant tones that is the silky smooth molasses of my voice.
Ooh.
See that was Weebo's ball rubbing motion. That's what happens when she just
Shut up. Holly, will the new computer help with the research contracts?
No, it won't. You know what it'll help me do? Hopefully, no, it won't. But I'll tell you. But
not at all.
No, but incidentally, it will, because hopefully I'll be able to run bigger and better streams and more often, and therefore be able to afford 2 monitors. And when I have 2 monitors, I'll be able to do. I'll actually be able to have an academic workstation at home as opposed.
Would you like another monitor? Because I have a few, just kind of sitting up there doing nothing.
I've got a few sitting up there doing nothing.
Yeah, I do. I have one.
Are you hearing this chat?
Would you like a Dell monitor or not? Damn it!
Damn it! You know what I've got set up? I've got like the Samsung external monitor that I've been using this whole time that was plugged into a old potato right here, and then right beside it is a Dell monitor that is so old it's 4x3
inches. 4x3 inches.
No, 4x3 aspect ratio.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hang on, what?
You know what I mean? Like, it's not landscape mode. It's not like, nice and wide, like every monitor's been for the past. That's what happens when you inappropriately reassign the ownership of a monitor from campus.
Does that mean what I think it means? Did you acquire this monitor in the same way that you acquire your movies?
In a perfectly legitimate, acceptable fashion? Why, yes. Yes, I did.
Okay. Just checking.
Because I was looking in the I don't need anything at all that like a high refresh rate, 16 million colors, blah 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 for 60 FPS. 1440p gaming. No. The only thing that's going to be on these 2 monitors are PDFs and Microsoft Word documents, right? It's going to be an academic workstation. And it'll be nice to have 2 larger size, but basic monitors. It doesn't really matter how high the refresh rate is, just as long as they're a relatively sharp image and large screen. If they were flat, that'd be nice. And I'd really like one of the things you got, one of them.
With the arms.
Yeah, man.
It's so cool. Nice. It's so nice. Because, all right, so pretend I wanted to have a movie night. I could just bring the monitor down to, head level and then just, veg as such. Super nice. Or I wanted to stand up. I could stand up with the monitor, although the keyboards are not super. The keyboard and the mouse are not super flexible in that respect.
Yeah.
I need to get an actual standing desk.
Yeah, Gil Cotto saying, spare monitors are a must. That's why I'm keeping my Maraca keyboard for as a spare, just in case something goes wrong. That was the $10 keyboard that I bought from Walmart for Tron Vodka here, just so I could type words in.
Yeah.
That shaking was just me shaking I wasn't typing. That was just me shaking the keyboard. That's how loose the keycaps are on it. Listen again. That's just me shaking it back and forth.
Let me just shake my keyboard. That's just the cord.
Well, I got Frustomer traded. I was looking on I was looking on Amazon. And Gokado had to hear all about this, man. I got burned out because I wanted to buy a mechanical keyboard, right? And so I'm looking for one that's, relatively inexpensive to get done when it needs to get done. I wanted a 10 keyless because what am I, a data entry guy? I don't need the numpad.
How dare you?
Oh, I got it. What brand is your keyboard?
Whatever it is that this symbol is right here. I think it's a Cool Master.
No, Weebo, you're the cool master.
I am. You're right. I my peripherals are of such little importance to me. I don't know where they come from. I just know that I can look up where they come from very easily.
I like gayest person on YouTube's comment. Is that a monitor in your slacks, or are you just happy to see me?
Mm-hmm.
The monitor's so old, it's like green dot pixels. No, it's not quite that old. Would you like to play a game level old? No.
Mm.
It's full color. That's what Weebo's on right now, and she's fairly sharp.
Thank you. As opposed to previously. Thank you, Alpha and Omega, for the donation over on the Streamlabs. Thanks for streaming despite not feeling so good. Get some rest. Hope you feel better soon. I will try. I'm glad that we could bring you some joy in your life.
Hold on. I got wires twisted up here, and I got shit. I got so many wires.
Always having some technical difficulties. You know, this is what happens when you give basically a boomer something to play with.
Quiet, lady.
Lady. Such a professional term for someone who is definitely not that.
You're not a lady. You have no dignity.
I have dignity, but if I am to be called anything, it is
ma'am,
Your Highness, because I'm the motherfucking queen.
Wow, that was weak. All right, so Weebo, let me ask you a question.
No.
Well, it's going to happen though. The
okay.
Why don't you do? Thank you, Alpha Omega. There, I finally got it up. Streamlabs up. Thank you for the $10. Very, very generous for add-ons to your multimedia empire. Well, yes, the potato fund has come to an end because I have used everyone's generous donations to great effect in getting Tron vodka put together here. But the Polly's Potato Peripheral Fund continues on because I need a keyboard, damn it, and not the Maraca keyboard. And I need a better microphone so that my dulcet molasses-like tones can come through ever more clearly. See? Ball rub. God
damn it.
At some point, I'm going to use this money for like my own toys. Like I hear Sinatra like talking about like, oh, I'm going to go buy that new aquarium that I wanted. And I'm like, oh man, that's so sweet to be able to go, buy toys and stuff.
What
you know what I mean? As opposed to stuff to make your streams better and better. To make the streams watchable was the first one, so there isn't like endless problems. I've run 2 AAA streams and they both went off without a hitch. I haven't done a noir bar, but I will be probably doing a noir bar tonight. Yeah, and the lots of fun stuff will be going on with noir bar because then we can watch videos and things like that. And that's the swaying ball rub. Is that what's the?
Just like if I had effects, I would be making the twinkly sound effect. And
this is the question. You've got a powerful gamer computer. Why are we not on the Obis?
Because I'm a Zoomer. Holly, I started out the stream today muted. And I've done that twice on OBS, where I've muted the video that I was talking about, and I muted myself.
Right. No, I just...
You want me to open myself up to more embarrassment? I mean, I'll do it, but...
Manic, thank you for the $5. Manic, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, how are you? Hope you're well. And she simply says, hi, Polly. Smiley D. Oh yeah, there's going to be all sorts of fun stuff. We're going to do because now I own a video card for the first time in my life. It's got fans on it,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you're gonna do with this.
Watch movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with the peeps.
Okay, I guess that works.
But you've seen Noir Theater, right? Like the background that I put up for Noir Theater? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been conscripted to be an ongoing guest on
forcibly against my will.
Yeah, on Neo Noir Theater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Chad. We didn't tell anybody. That's gonna be an ongoing thing on my channel. We're gonna do. We're gonna watch some movies, and then we're gonna do all sorts of fun fucking reviews, and they're gonna be fucking who you know what people review modern blockbusters. Oh, here's my review of King Kong versus Godzilla. No, fuck that. We're reviewing 70s and 80s neo noir films that are lesser known, but just rich sources of comedic material and awesomeness. Yeah. Where it's like, did you see when that lady came in that you didn't think she had a gun in her purse? Taught that motherfucker a lesson. Like, you know, there's lots of femme fatales and burnout drunk detectives and like just great stuff. Great crime cinema. Weebo, you're gonna love it.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Manic, who donated to the super chats to say hi, Weebo. Hi, Manic. Appreciate the donation. Thank you. I am looking forward to seeing some of these old-timey, old-fashioned movies.
And right away, everyone's like into the... You know what? There are a number of blaxploitation films. Blackula isn't one of them, Daniel Pullman. I have seen Blackula.
Is it going to be?
No, there are a number of, like, Shaft. Everybody talks about that as a blaxploitation movie. No, it's not. It's a detective film. If you know what I mean, like, why? Because he's in Harlem and he's a detective and he's black. It's automatically a blaxploit. I mean, I guess it fits into the genre, but it's really a detective noir film.
What constitutes as a blaxploitation film? Because I've heard the term, but I don't think I've ever actually seen one, unless I have and I just didn't realize it. But what makes a film blaxploitation?
Pretty much that it happened in the 70s.
Okay.
Seriously, it has a largely black cast. It has a number of main themes that run through it. There's it doesn't always, but often does fit into the realm of crime cinema. There, a lot of it is melodramatic. The characters and the dialogue are over the top, but not always.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to look up. I'm curious what Wikipedia describes blaxploitation as being.
Yeah. Me too.
What the hell is that?
That's why I asked the question. What?
Was that me or was that you? Did a fan just turn on?
No, it's been on. No. Did you just start hearing it?
I just started hearing it and then it went away, which is pretty weird.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't have an explanation for you.
They describe it, this is Wikipedia, blaxploitation, as an ethnic subgenre of exploitation film that emerged in the United States during the early 1970s. The films produced in the 70s were generally considered a form of exploitation because non-black producers, writers, and directors sought to tell black stories and to sell these potentially inauthentic stories to black audiences. Wow. And every single black is capitalized. Somebody has come back and edited this recently.
You think?
Yeah. Because the first sentence is all about, oh, woe is me. And it's like, you know, Sweetback's Badass Song is considered to be the first blaxploitation film. Really? Do you know what exploitation cinema is at all?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. So think about like violent B movies. Like vampire exploitation movies are just exploiting a given genre to make money off of it, or exploiting a given subculture. So like I Spit on Your Grave is a revenge fueled exploitation film. It was only ever low budget, meant to be watched at drive-in movie theaters. Not a lot of energy in terms of storytelling was put into them. It's just a woman gets raped horribly and then goes on a revenge trip to murder everyone that was involved in her rape. And it's called I Spit on Your Grave. It's a classic. Then there was the Nazi exploitation genre where it's like, you know, on and on. Anyway, these films, while popular, suffered a backlash for disproportionate numbers of stereotypical film characters showing bad or questionable motives, including, wow, Are you going to describe anything that, like, blaxploitation films were originally aimed at an urban African American audience, but the genre is appeal soon to broaden across racial and ethnic lines? Hollywood realized potential profit of expanding the audience. Like, just awful, just awful. Okay, so this description is just useless. It's a whole bunch of white people taking advantage of your capital B. Like, ugh.
So, would you say, like, what would you say is a more modern version of an exploitation film that you could think of that I might have seen?
A more modern version of an exploitation film of any genre?
Yeah, of any genre. Doesn't have to be blaxploitation.
Oh, any of the they're not low budget because you kind of have to be aware of oh, what's the movie company that puts out mockbuster films where they're like Transmorphers, and it's like it's Transformers, but not.
I don't know. I apparently I know nothing about.
There's an entire film studio, and I can't remember what their name is, that just puts out, like, it'll be like X people, and it's like it's a mutant film, and it's like it's an obvious ripoff of X-Men. Asylum, thank you, Gilcotto. Asylum.
Is that the production company that
That's
puts
the
out
production company.
ripoffs?
Asylum Films. Yeah, those are pure exploitation films. It's like, oh,
Because they just ripoffs.
these transforming robots are a big thing that people like now. Okay, we'll put out like 10 of them, and just like cranking out the material. That's one of the defining qualities of exploitation cinema is get it done and get it out. Hurry the fuck up about it.
Oh, so like commentary on the internet.
Oh, definitely. You don't think the commentary channels are a pure exploitation genre of media? They absolutely are. I mean, what did AOC say today? I don't know. Jeremy Hambley's talking about it, though. But it doesn't mean you can't find it entertaining. I'm a big fan of the blaxploitation genre. White producers are telling. Fuck, that pissed me off.
Oh, rough.
But it's like all of the actors and scriptwriters. So once again, like all modern tellings of this, remove any and all agency of anything that any black person is involved in. They are constant, eternal victims of every interaction and endeavor that they engage with or in. So you don't think that Roundtree, the brilliant actor who played John Shaft, you don't think he had a lot to do with how that character was portrayed? You don't think he, co-wrote the script? There was a shooting script, and you can look at it, and he redid those lines on set to make them fit into the scene better. That's why that movie came out so good. But no. He was completely exploited and taken advantage of. It was awful. He didn't come across as like the ultimate badass that got all the ladies. I mean, the line around John Shaft is every man wants to be him and every woman wants to be with him. And it's like, well, yeah, of course. He's played like that, like, the super badass. Oh, yeah, Alpha Omega says Tarantino. Yes, Tarantino is the essence of a blockbuster ripoff artist in terms of exploitative genres. He did a blaxploitation film. He did an Akira Kurosawa style samurai film. He did grindhouse films, just in terms of like shoot 'em up genre, and those are his grindhouse movies. What are they called? I didn't watch them. The Western, he had to do a fucking Western, so he did Hateful Eight. He just jumps from genre to genre. Oh yeah, the Nazi exploitation. Like I said, that was one, and that's.
Didn't he do? Oh God. Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, based largely off of an exploitative era of comic books and Nazi exploitation films. It just.
So what's the difference between exploitation and grindhouse? Asked Daniel Fullman.
Not much. It's like blaxploitation is a subgenre of exploitation films. Grindhouse are a subgenre of exploitation films in general. Super violent, lots of action. The story isn't really relevant. It's about characters just getting involved in something like, and then boom, boom, explosion, gunshot, gunshot. Yeah.
Hey, Polly, would you say that all B movies are exploitation or vice versa, or not at all? I mean, I think that there would be some overlap, but just because it's a B-rated movie doesn't mean it's necessarily exploitation.
No, sometimes movies are just low budget.
Yeah, because isn't it a B movie is like, oh, it's not like your big budget blockbuster, but it has its merits.
Yeah. But
And I
there's a
would
very
say
low
that
budget movie called Swimming with Sharks with Kevin Spacey before it was revealed what a weirdo he was. And he plays like the ultimate nightmare boss. And it's a fantastic fucking script. That's why they hired him for mean bosses or terrible bosses or something like
terrible
that.
bosses.
Terrible
I
bosses.
think.
Because it's more or less a remake. Like some of the best elements of Swimming with Sharks. Ladies and gentlemen in chat, if you want to go watch a really fun movie, watch Swimming with Sharks. I mean, the budget of that film was probably like $300,000, and it just fucking rocks because of the quality of the script. Well, I mean, what's the other one that I was just thinking of? Oh, Glengarry Glen Ross, low budget film with remaking a famous stage play written by David Mamet, excuse me. And if you never watched a Mamet film, they're just of a very particular style. Actors wanted to be in it so bad, they accepted sliding scale pay. So it's got like this incredible fucking ensemble cast, and they all got paid $10,000 to be there because it had a super low budget just to make it. So it's Al Pacino, Ed Harris, Jack Lemmon, what's his name? Oh, fuck. The guy who just, over the past couple of years, became famous for doing nothing but impersonations of Trump on Saturday Night Live.
Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Oh, God. Who else is in that film? So many people. Yeah, Glengarry Glen Ross. It's about like crooked land dealers swindling people out of money. And it's fucking fantastic. You can tell it's a stage play because the whole movie's only happens on 3 sets, like a stage play would. And super low budget, totally worth it.
Hold that thought. Thank you, Ian Kaliniak, for the donation in the Streamlabs. Is Magog going to be doing his thing Friday? Hope you got my item. So I'm not sure if Magog is feeling better, but it's my understanding that yes, side quests will go as planned on Friday at this moment. But if not, then he'll make an announcement. And hope you got my item. I haven't been to the P.O. Box yet. I do believe I need to make a trip out there this week, though, before we do the side quest. So there's that. And that's all I got for donations at this juncture.
Emperor, the English. Emperor Cawson, thank you for the donation. Noir Bar is evil. Punish the otter by watching Noir Bar. Yes.
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 Well, Daniel Folman says only $10,000. Well, when you're an actor like Ed Harris or Al Pacino or Jack Lemmon, you can absolutely expect a fuck of a lot more money than $10,000. Keeping in mind that your agent gets 10 to 15%, your manager gets 20, right? Your lawyer takes a hefty hourly fee because they're charging you billable hours out the ass to negotiate your contract. Mm-hmm. So when you hear about an actor getting paid $25 million to do a movie, it's like, yeah, they're only receiving half of that because their agent, their manager, and their lawyer absorbs at least half.
And they also have to pay taxes on it, right?
Yeah, people in Hollywood are totally not shipping their money off seas while talking about everybody needs to be taxed more. The Panama Papers didn't completely reveal that. Offshore fucking tax shelters galore all over the place.
I wonder how one would get into offshore tax sheltering.
Well, you have an accountant. Call up your accountant and say, I'm interested in offshore tax shelters. See what his reaction is.
He's really good at his job, I will say that. Like really, really good. This is good, man. I would recommend him to anyone.
Sounds like you were about to say something else there, and then decided
You know what? That's too much information. I will say this: he's the family accountant for the last 3 generations. So if that tells you anything, there you go. Yeah, no.
He's offering deals like, I'll tell you what, you can. I will help you save money with, offshore tax shelters. It's just
I haven't asked him about that yet, but you know
I get
what?
30%. I get 30% of every dollar I save you, and he's become a multimillionaire.
Yeah. Okay. No, he's a good man. I will say that. And his goal is to get you the most money for your buck. Yeah, Weebo Swiss bank account. I thought about it. You know, did we have this discussion on air or not? But we were talking about like banking lawyer hours, just in case you needed them at any point in time.
Banking lawyer hours.
Yeah. So you know how you can put a lawyer on retainer?
Yes.
And effectively what you're doing is you're paying them a monthly sum to kind of bank billable hours with them in the event that you will end up needing them.
Yeah.
I need to find a firm that does that so I can bank billable hours for like just a laundry list of possible shenanigans in the future. Because it's like insurance.
Crimes?
No. It's like car insurance. You don't intend to get into a whole bunch of accidents, but in the event that you do get into one, it's nice to have something under your wing in case, you know?
Well, yeah, the people that pay really big retainer fees and they're out there, like, yeah, you will give, like, let's say you give a lawyer 50 grand, right? But they are taking 10 grand a month off of that. And you have to pay them an additional 10 grand every month just to retain their services. That if you ever call them, you will. Well, I know you're giving me the quizzical look, but like, yeah, that's what mob attorneys demand. That's what really high-end
attorneys
demand.
Looking for a high-end business attorney or like a mob attorney. I'm just looking for the guy who's going to be like, okay, all right. If
you want to call somebody at 4 o'clock in the morning saying they just found a body in my trunk, like, yeah.
No, not that, because that's not what I'm anticipating. I'm just thinking of like, okay, no, I got into a little bit of a land dispute with my neighbor about X, Y, and Z, and now we need to like settle up. Or,
you're thinking about threatening people with the law, aren't you? That's what you're really thinking of, isn't it?
Like, I'll get my lawyer involved. Let's go, bitch. You want to talk about the property line? Let's talk about the property line.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, remember the mob advice. We were just mentioning the mob. One of the things that makes them, the Italian mafia, particularly effective, is that they don't yell threats. It's like they smile and go, okay, and then make sure you get it later. So it's, if you want to threaten someone with the law, you just like, oh, so there's a dispute over the property line. My tree's over in your yard and you're threatening, and you're like, okay, sure, whatever. I don't want to fight over it. And then the next day they're served with a giant mitten full of papers with numbers on it that they're being sued for that like scare the shit out of them, because now they got to start like opening up, yellowpages.com to find an attorney, because they're like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, that's
I just like to have a guy who already knows like the business side of the internet shenanigans, who can handle my estate in the event that I happen to perish accidentally. Like that kind of stuff. I'm not thinking in terms of like I'm gonna need someone to represent me in a criminal case. More so just like the guy that I pay to handle the other shenanigans, like the civil stuff or the estate stuff, or if someone cuts down my magnolia tree, which has like been up for 100 years, the tree law shenanigans.
Do magnolias grow on trees?
The magnolia tree is a type of tree, Polly.
Is it? I don't know. What do I live in Georgia? What do I know about a magnolia tree?
What do you think a magnolia is?
I thought it grew. Honestly, I thought it grew on a bush, like a rose bush. I didn't think it was a full-on tree that flowered like that. I didn't know.
Yeah, they're full-on trees.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Didn't know that. I figured they were a flowering bush, like a rose bush.
They flower on my birthday. Sometimes. Brad Young says, I'm having a property dispute with a neighbor's landlord. He put a mobile home right on the property line. The back door straps are in my yard. The backyard STRPS are in my yard. I don't know what that means. Holly, help.
You've gone all Vaseline-y. Well, you don't need to throw a fit over it.
I'm trying to refocus this damn camera. This is what I see every day.
You've resharpenated. It's fine.
Oh, happy birthday, Dr. Kiev.
Oh, it's your birthday. Yay.
Wow. Does that mean that we should sing happy birthday to you?
Wag them eyebrows.
Would you like us to sing happy birthday to you?
I can do backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
Wow.
I had to. Happy birthday
to you.
To you.
You.
Happy birthday to you.
You and only you.
Happy birthday, Dr. Kiev.
Key to the F.
Happy birthday to you.
You and only you. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was unmelodic.
Yep.
It was great.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
We made an effort.
An effort was made. That's fine. Dr. Kiev is cool.
Shoo-bop, shoo-wada-wada, yippity-boom, da-boom.
Yeah.
No, you can't get away from it here. You're not safe. You're never safe. Never.
So let's get back to why your streams are so lazy, Weebo.
Well, it all started when I was in 5th grade, and the teacher told me that I was never going to amount to anything. And you know what? She was right.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. But
and so ever since, I was just like, let's only put 50% of your effort into things.
Did you ever think of... I mean, it's just... See, Gakata gets it. I was channeling Shatner's spoken word. Rocket Man. And so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, naturally.
Everything the Shatman does is automatically awesome. It's just how he is.
Mm-hmm. And see, that is my struggle in life is, yes, even though I am putting 50% of effort into all things all the time, it still turns out pretty aight.
Yeah, why don't you could have like little Weebo faces circling in like a little marquee around the screen. No, I mean
right.
like
you're right. I could. No, I'm just trying to refocus.
60
again.
of them, or or so. Or you could do all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, you know how to do Premiere and create different transparent overlays and other things of that nature.
It's a time thing. I need to actually sit down and do the things that I want to do for the live streams, and I just keep putting it off. Like
Cocktail hour is simply not important to you. I understand. I get it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it if you don't have the time.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to put together the things for Noir Bar that I've been putting off for so long. That's why Noir Bar from now on will be Noir Bar Full Lore Edition. All of the lore that I've talked about for so long will be now officially part of it, because I can actually, watch videos and do all of the time travel stuff that happens as we travel back to 1942 and the interlaced cut scenes. It won't I won't have a problem. All the overlays that I wanted to work with, and I put them on for so long. I had to go into my files and start going through the folders and like, what were all the plans that I had again? The ideas that I had that just, my old potato just couldn't run them. And I started putting them together, but I'm doing AAA at the same time, plus have this massive new contract to be working on. So but it's all going to come together. It won't be ready for the next show, but it'll I'll add a piece at a time, and it'll be a hell of a lot more fun. Weebo, stop. Just
Brad was looking at a thing on the back of me, and I have no idea what he's talking about, but it seems important. He said, "Tell boyfriendo to remove the clock capacitor before it leaks and corrodes the board, please." I don't know what that means, but hopefully he does.
Well, yeah, Alpha Omega said, please don't do it at 7 a.m. or whatever. No, I actually have to be up at a, unfortunately, early hour tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing it earlier on. Hopefully I'll be able to corral Farzusmi into being around for that. God knows. Because she's got a job now.
Far's got a job? Well, congratulations.
I know. Employment during COVID is no small achievement, let me tell you.
Right? Yeah. I remember searching for a job during COVID. I didn't like it. It was not fun. Not a good time. Don't do it. If you can avoid it, avoid it. So you got a new massive contract?
Yep.
Good for you.
Big work. New digs, too.
New digs?
Office space.
Ooh. Wait, so whenever you're contracted to work, you have to go to the location to work?
No. Most of the time they don't do that. But I was able to enter into hard-edged, rigorous negotiations. And yeah.
Ow, ow.
What the fuck did you just light? Oh. What are you doing, Weebo?
I'm lighting a candle so it smells nice in here, and I burned my finger on the candle. Or on the match.
That was a hell of a light and a lot of smoke, and just
this is what it looks like.
Women shouldn't do things. They're just...
I burnt my fingertip.
If you're not lighting a stove, what are you doing with fire? I don't...
Actually, I shouldn't be in the kitchen because I almost lit the entire apartment on fire yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I got to hear about that. That was just great.
Yep. Yeah, what?
But we were able to negotiate out the new videos that are going to be going up on my channel that everyone should find super exciting.
Ooh.
Those are going to be fun, right?
Yeah? Like, what about our last, 3 collabs?
Which ones?
So the riff tracks.
Yeah, the riff tracks to the movies there. I remember those.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Mm-hmm. What about that one guy who was that one researcher that we just kind of poo-pooed on, that we got 45 minutes of? That was way too long. And you're like,
oh God, 45 minutes.
I gotta cut this down.
It was well over an hour. It was supposed to be a 10-minute video. Just what an asshole this guy was. Like, this is like the poison in academia. It's like, yeah.
And you're just like, I have too much content to use. I can't decide.
So what was the third one? Did I leave something else just sitting there? I hope I didn't. Hold on, let me look.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hold on, I can't see my taskbar. There we go.
I don't know. I said 3 because 3 is the magic number. You're supposed to be like, oh, let me give 3 examples in my paper. Ow, fuck. Wow. Why did that hurt so much? That never hurts.
Oh, yeah. 12 Good Things About 1942. I still haven't finished that one.
Yes, that one. Yeah. Wait, you have a folder of videos that we've done that we haven't finished together?
No, I've got a folder of videos that is just absolutely full of videos that I haven't finished. And then inside of there's a folder that says finished vids, where it's like when I click on it, like it's the Sean King thing I did, the Sargon one, Sargon Commie Scum, and then Sargon Gets the Second Amendment, then the Soros live read one, and then the collaboration I did with Sinatra. Louis Gossett Jr. predicts Antifa. Oh yeah, the Twitter and News Entertainment or a House of Cards, that video where I'm just ranting. Those are all up on my channel. Those are all done. Nice. And then out here are just video ideas that never really went anywhere. Like, oh wait, Navy SEALs copy pasta. I finished that one. Let me move that to where it's supposed to be.
Finished vids, they exist, says GK Travel. Yeah, they do, actually.
What?
Believe it or not, he's got videos on the channel.
Yeah, they're on my channel. If you go there and you click on videos, just like you'll skip over most of it, which is live streams, and then I put out more edited videos than Drunkle. Okay, that's what really counts here.
Thank you the next 6 minutes for the donation over on the Streamlabs. All the best for you this week ahead. May the essence of coffee carry your spirits through your toils and whatnot. Hope you have been enjoying the jelly beans. Don't set yourself on fire anymore. On fire anyone, but do check on Weeb's merch and sub to her channel. Yeah, don't set yourself or your house on fire. I've not been having a good weekend with the flames, I guess. Just don't do it. It's bad for you.
James Stout was the individual's name. Here is the...
Maybe that's why I'm having trouble speaking today. It's because I inhaled a fuck ton of smoke yesterday.
That could be it. You've burned your larynx with inhaled pizza box chemicals.
Yeah. I really fucked myself, didn't I? Ow, fuck, that really hurt. Okay, Polly, would you mind if we cut it out around this time?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So, Polly, which of our collabs are you posting this week that you would like to show?
You know what? I'm going to finish off that 12 Good Things About 1942. It's just the audio's edited and to its completion point. It's done and then exported and then properly finished off in Adobe Audition and everything. It's completely done. And it's just the video effects. It's just the video aspect of it. The images that I need to get done. And they're about halfway done. I just got to put the rest of them in there and then cut them down to size. It's just tedious editing. Not fun editing. It's fucking tedious. Assassin of the Grey says, Polly, make a series. We discussed our series earlier. We'll be doing the neo-noir movie reviews.
Maybe.
If
he ever finishes the other movie reviews that we did.
Forget you, lady. Is that the idea? That I could post I've got them right here. Look. There's the full. There's the movie reviews right there. Yeah. I got them all done. You want me to just throw them up on my channel, just the audio? I can do that. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go through and edit out the highlights? Don't people want to like hang out and like their hangout movies, like watch these terrible movies with Weebo, Far, and Polly? Yeah. Wasn't that the idea?
Yes, that's the idea. So get her done.
I can put them up on my second channel. You know, I have one.
Do you?
Yeah. I have a secret second channel that nobody knows about. It's true.
Well, why would you put it up there? This is some of our most best work.
Some of our most best work. You mean watching movies and peppering them with sardonic commentary?
Oh, dude, I did not hold back. This is why I'm like harping on you, because like this is some of my best just riffing. Oof.
Yeah, it was fun. It
was fun. It was a good like several days.
Well, that's going to be a big point of the when I start the Patreon, the Noir Theater. That's why I started a Noir Bar, created a Noir Bar Discord server, and it's all set up, and all the rooms are there, and they're all named after noir-esque things, and it's got it's done. I've already set up the server and everything. And unlike Feminist Frequency, I won't be charging people $25,000. Remember that? That was one of the saddest fucking moments. If we reach this donation level, we will actually set up a Feminist Frequency Discord server, and we may be in there to talk to you. Oh, wow. You're setting up a free server, guys? Yeah, the whole point is that like we'll be watching movies once a week. So
yeah.
Alpha Mega says it's going to be like MST3K. That's exactly what it was like, except, MST3K and Riff Tracks, they spend the time to watch the movie several times over and write jokes, and they're professional comedians, so they're very, very good at what they do. This was just us watching the movie and then commenting over it. So,
except I'm super funny.
Except Weebo is funny. Like, she doesn't need to write shit.
No.
Everything she says is pure stand-up comedy,
I know,
like
right?
in the raw.
Yeah.
Thank you, Next 6 Minutes, for the donation. Congrats on your new pursuits, my friend. No worries about missing the streams, man. IRL before URL. Check your DMs for tomorrow's time if you're feeling frisky to game. But whatever you're going to do, take care, man. So to Polly, he's a good dude. Yeah, and stop by Next 6 Minutes channel and check out the videos that he does. I wanted to be there last week, but then I got home like way too late to even be there in time for it. But Next 6 Minutes obviously has good taste, because like everywhere I go on the internet, I run into him. Like I go over to like AP stream, there he is. I go over to
He's following you.
No, it's the other way around. We just end up in the same fucking places, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't necessarily have anything on the docket that I'm willing to shill as like, oh, it's coming out this week, because I almost burned down the house yesterday. I don't think I can be trusted with technology anymore. No. The only thing I got coming up is a debate/discussion-y thing coming on Tuesday? ? Right now. I have to still figure out if I'm going to solidify that. Either way, the other thing that we got going on is this week is movie night. It's the last of the Ocean's movies, and then we move on to musical movies after that. So,
God, how bad was Ocean's 12, huh?
I actually kind of liked it.
Really?
It was kind of fun.
Really?
In a like super campy, immature way. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, all the movies were super campy, but it was like, let's go to Europe, and Catherine Zeta-Jones is hunting them.
I didn't hate it. Also, I'm a big fan of Catherine Zeta-Jones, so.
Why? She's a miserable, self-involved bitch.
She's hot. And I can overlook everything else because she's hot.
I guess.
And that's enough of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think we'll be back in time.
For what?
Well, I'm going to the compound this weekend, so I think we can make it back before I have to be on. Yeah, so we'll be back here, same time, same place, same otter, same face. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for all of your donations, subscribes, likes, comments, and shares. We deeply appreciate them all. You guys are the reason that this show is live in the first place. After all, if you weren't here, it would just be me and Polly in Discord yapping at each other for 2 hours straight. See, Polly can confirm. So, later, dudes.
Rebecca Hall's the hottest English actress. Yeah.
Say goodbye, Polly.
Laters. Rebecca Hall, give me a call.